challenge is always to try to keep your airplane running. You see, it's not just a sprint, it's also a marathon. We have 3 heat races to go through, and they are very grueling. 8 laps each, that's a long time to keep an engine running at such high performance.
Many of these planes, if not most of these planes, are actually built by the pilots and an engineering crew. So they're all very unique airplanes. They're built specifically to fit the pilot, to fit his racing style, and they all have their different technical differences and their secrets and their tricks, but they're all built to a formula. So that's where, of course, it comes from the name Formula One, which has been used for about 70 years in the sport.
The engineers are just as competitive at trying to design the fastest airframe to go with the same engine as everyone else, and as you can see, there's huge variety, and the competition really does breed all sorts of inventions, so it's a fantastic place for innovation and competition.
We all have the same engine, which is a Continental O200. So you can tweak it, but just a little bit. So every pilot has pretty much about the same power.
There's a minimal wing area, so the wing has to be a certain size, a minimal size. We have to have landing gear that does not retract, and the propeller cannot change the pitch of the blades or change the angle of the blades. And we have a minimum empty weight. There's a lot of different designs. No two airplane looks the same. You get to see everybody's ideas and their theories on what they think goes fast. So you see a lot of creativity out here.
You got to have an excellent airframe, an excellent engine, and an excellent pilot. If you don't have all 3, if you're lacking in any one of those categories, you are not going to win.
There is a lot that goes behind the scenes. The pilots will come to us and they're always after that extra knot, another mile an hour, another 2 miles an hour. And there are quite a few parameters, and there's certain things we can do to the engine just to get that extra little mile an hour.
It's kind of like being a doctor. You want to do no harm and change one thing at a time so that you get a good development process going.
And what we've done is build a new carbon deck, the whole back end of the aeroplane. Originally the cowling was a lot shorter. We put a 12-inch prop extension here to push the front of the propeller forwards and changes the shape of the cowling, make it more aerodynamic.
You don't often get in my day or my sort of normal work to look at 10 aircraft that we did that have to go together in a short space of time, and it's a great challenge.
It really is a hotbed right now of development in any class. It's exciting.
The mechanics here are really expert at fixing problems that crop up and getting ready for the next race.
You're constantly taking things apart and looking at it and improving it, whether it may be changing a prop or checking, seeing if anything's scraping or touching, checking tie wires to make sure they're tight.
Tweak a little inlet or put a little piece of tape here, or run the electrical wire this way.
Another change, the wheel pan's 4 or 5 miles an hour, the intake, the extension.
These airplanes, the fast ones, will have revolutions in the neighborhood of 4,000 revolutions per minute. So that's almost twice as much as what they're designed for. So as you can imagine, they are pushing the limits. They are trying, the engines are trying to blow themselves apart, and occasionally some do.
If the engine gets blown and we can find a spare, we'll work right through the night to put it in.
At 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 in the morning.
2 nights ago, Kevin was sleeping under the wing. Roy was on the couch, and Ben was on the other couch. I mean, they pull all-nighters. They get up at 3 a.m. if they need to, maybe do engine runs on a different airfield to check the mods.
If you need a tool, we're going to give it to you, and if you need some parts, we're going to give it to you, even if you need one of our men. If we can spare them, we'll do it. We want everybody to race out there.
Open the box, hand him the carburetor. Other people trading back and forth. Somebody's missing a prop. They cracked your prop.
Tearing engines down, putting them together, building new cowlings, fiberglass work, wheel pants. They can practically build an airplane overnight.
We really are pushing these things. We're trying things that are on the limit of what we're allowed to do, and you just don't get that. You just don't get to do that at home.
Everyone's trying every little trick in the book they can and everything they can do to get their plane ready. So really there's no telling who's the one who's going to pull the rabbit out of the hat.